from it, but the whole thing is just is great. So now we begin and get this shit off the screen. Now we begin Metroid Zero Mission, which I think is a kind of an underrated Metroid game. I know people like it, but it's just not spoken about as much as Prime or Super Metroid or even the original. But I think it's just as good as those in a lot of respects, considering it is the original, just remade. All right, let's see. Exterminate all Metroid. Ah! Oh no. Wow, that was loud. So yeah, this has a neat feature where I tab out and the sound dies. So that's just part of it. I don't think there's a way to really fix that, but here, let's reset that for a second. Let me know if this is good volume. It's good? Okay. Let me know where that option is, Horo. So this is a remake of Metroid 1. And it definitely does some hand-holding, which is a little bit of a shame. Someone actually wanted to send me a version that they edited out the hold-handing, but I'm just gonna stick with the original. But yeah, it's a damn good remake, and it's kind of its own game. I almost consider it its own game entirely. Hang on a second. Alright, let's get this thing started. There is a different difficulty that you can get there. Planet Zebes. I called this place home once in peaceful times, long before evil haunted the caverns below. Now I shall finally tell the tale of my first battle here, my so-called Zero Mission. Samus does not speak in the original Metroid. I call it Zebes. I know a lot of people say Zebs. There's that Game Boy Advance sound chip. Yet again. So I haven't played this. I streamed this once years ago, but I haven't played it since then. And that stream was maybe like 5 or 6 years ago. Someone in chat just said Metroid Zero sequels. Fuck. I've heard Zebs, Zebes, Zebs. I've heard lots of things. Wait, so the game is a little loud? The sound effects are low? I don't think there's a whole lot I could do about the sound effects. Yeah, I don't believe there's an option menu to lower sound effects specifically. But yeah, thank God the Chozo told me to go directly up. That's one of the problems. This game has definitely faced some criticism for the hand-holding. And I definitely have a problem with it, but at the same time, I wanted to play it in its original form. You know, blemishes and all, because it is, as is, still a really good package despite the hand-holding. And it'll make the stream go a little bit quicker, so I don't mind it too much. So yeah, it's, you know, if you haven't played Metroid 1, it has not aged incredibly well. Metroid 1 is a great game for its time, but unfortunately, it kind of feels like ass now. I mean, once you get into the groove of it, you can still make it work, you can still play it, and it's still pretty good, but it's a hard game to play if you're used to the way games play now. So this was a welcomed update. I still recommend people give Metroid 1 a shot, just for how fucking insane some of the, like, first of all, the world, you get lost in it, right? And you get this sense of, like, dread. Because you don't know where the fuck you're going. You don't know what the fuck you're doing half the time. And it's really hard. So you end up with a lot of situations where you're just low on health constantly. And it's pretty, it can get a little bit... Okay, the Chozos recharge you. It can get a little bit challenging just trying to... Wait a second. Oh, okay. It can get challenging just trying to survive a room. So yeah, Metroid Original is a very, very, very difficult game, and glitchy at times too. This just streamlines everything. Let's go this way. And it takes a lot of liberties with the material, like, it's not a perfect remake by any means. So you have to destroy these two fellows to get to that area. There's also a little bit of sequence breaking. Speedrunners do a pretty good job at destroying this game and making it seem like it's really short. Rubber nipples. Have I thought of streaming the full Mega Man series? Absolutely not. I'm not even that good at Mega Man games. And I gotta be honest, I'm not really crazy about most of them. That would take me a very, very, very long time. I have thought about streaming a couple of Mega Man games. I did Mega Man X. I'd like to do X2 soon, and then maybe a couple of originals, like classics. So, yeah, it's certainly possible, but not the full series. No, 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 no. I like the idea of revisiting games I can knock off in one stream, or two streams, like Donkey Kong Country 2 was great for that. Is the game still loud? Because it feels a little loud. It is a little bit, huh? It's also the fucking sound chip on the Game Boy. This should be a little bit better. When I say a little bit, I mean just a smidge. I lowered it literally 4%. So again, if you weren't here earlier, I'd like to state the reason why I'm streaming this now. One, because I just enjoy Metroid. A lot of requests for this one, so okay, fair enough. But my real reason is that I tend to stream games and then predict their existence Like I did Final Fantasy VII a couple years ago, and then at E3, Final Fantasy VII Remake was announced. And E3 is just around the corner, so I'm ready. I'm ready to make miracles happen. What other games have I done that for, chat? There was a couple other ones, but... Oh, Majora's Mask. Majora's Mask, I was talking about Majora's Mask. I didn't stream it, but I wanted it, and then it happened. But, there was another Twilight Princess, I wanted it, and then it happened, the remake. Toad? Conquer? Oh yeah, Conquer. I streamed Conquer, then... Wait, no, I wasn't streaming it. They didn't announce Young Conquer while I was streaming it. I forgot about the wall jumping. Red Dead Redemption. I was streaming Red Dead Redemption, and then they announced... Well, I was about to stream Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare. I was like a couple days away from it when Rockstar announced Red Dead Redemption 2. Apparently I predicted a lot of aspects of Breath of the Wild during my Master Quest OOT playthrough. So... I don't know. I mean, let's just, instead of saying it's total coincidence and I get lucky, let's say that it's magic. Let's say that I have some kind of special power and not that I stream so much and talk so much shit that eventually some of my nonsense comes true. No, this is magic. I'm the video game's Oracle? Well, in that case, I should stream Oracle of Seasons, and then we can get a sequel. Called Oracle of Ages. Oh wait, it happened already. Damn, I'm good. No. I'm good at this game, I swear to God, guys. Oh. Right, this is a cumulative boss. You fight that boss a couple times. So, one of the aspects of Metroid that I feel Other M got completely wrong, and, a lot of games did well, which was, you know, the Prime series did pretty well with a limited story. I feel like the Other M thing, there was too much stuff going on, too many people, too many story moments. Metroid wasn't necessarily about that. It was kind of about letting your imagination fill in the blanks. Metroid for me was always about being alone on a planet, exploring these weird corridors and caverns and just finding fucked up looking monsters, but also being kind of isolated and just, you know, on a mission to do one thing. The sense of isolation I've often spoken about on the stream, but it's true. It really is true. It helps. Other M overloaded you with story and character moments that didn't work ultimately, but it wasn't just that. There's a whole lot wrong. But that was one of the things that it did wrong. I like that in this game you don't get a whole lot of that. It's a very, very, very simple story. I mean, again, it's a remake of the first one. The first one didn't really even have story. It was just like, you need to kill these fuckers. I think there was some story in the handbook. In the manual? Handbook, what? There is some story in the manual, just like some of the original, like Zelda games, I think, had more story in the manual than they did in the actual game. Zelda 1 in particular, I'm thinking of. So, it just works better for something like this. You don't need too much. You just kind of do your thing, get lost in a planet. The idea being that Samus does not have communication with anyone because she's in a fucking planet, and she's a bounty hunter, and she's already really, really powerful. And she doesn't need no one. She doesn't need a commander named Adam to tell her what the fuck to do. The opening crawl with Ganon. No, you definitely get story in Zelda 1 and 2. Zelda 2, you have the opening crawl. But, like, you're not getting a whole lot of story while you're playing the game. You're just talking to, like, random old people in houses. I think most of what you learn comes from the manual. Shit. I'm really low on health. Maybe I could drink some of that Kool-Aid down there. I already missed a missile tank. I'm probably gonna end up missing quite a few of those. Where is that now? Oh. How do I feel about Other M doing well in Japan? Gotta love the Japanese chauvinism. Well, I don't really want to... video game streams. You think it has something to do with Team Ninja too, and the gameplay? I mean, the story was bad enough, and the way it was presented, the way Samus was presented was just a shame, more than anything. It diminished all of the power. But, I mean, I'm thinking there's a more rational explanation. It has to do with the anime style, it has to do with Team Ninja, it has to do with the gameplay. And for me, when I say gameplay, people are like putting quotations around the word gameplay, and that's the thing. The game didn't. It could have been better if maybe you used a real controller and not a Wiimote on its side, for example. But it wasn't the worst thing ever. I mean, there was some games stuff happening in there. There was a good dodge system. Well, sometimes I ended up just fidgeting on the button constantly, but I'll say this about Metroid Other M. By the way, notice how all of my Metroid streams devolve into Other M shit-talking? I do hold a lot of resentment for that game because it did kill the Metroid franchise, and it's why we haven't seen anything in a while, but I think the style of gameplay that was attempted might have been more popular overseas. Bombs. The old classic standby. What's my favorite Metroid game? It would be Super Metroid. And then Metroid Prime 1. And then probably like this or Prime 2 and Fusion. Those are, I don't know where those rank. And then that Metroid 2 remake that was unofficial is probably in my top, like, 4. I'm not even kidding, it was that good. They made bomb jumping easier in this game, right? Or at least that's kind of my remembering of it. Yeah, they made it easier. Scheisse. That's okay, I just, I wanted to see how far I could get. There's probably no real reason for me to sequence break. I'm not really attempting a speed run or anything, so, just gonna keep moving. Oh yeah, I always forget about the wall jumping, too. I guess, this being of the remake variety, I kind of still forget that there's, Super Metroid elements in here too, but that's okay. But we'll just keep going. I don't really think there's anything to be gained from going up that shaft. Fucking hell. But talking about good things in the Metroid series, a surprisingly underrated Metroid experience was was in Nintendo Land on the Wii U. I mean, it wasn't a Metroid game really, but it was just a mini-game with... It was a Metroid-themed mini-game where I believe one person controlled Samus's ship and everyone else had a Wiimote and nunchuck and was on the ground and you had to just fight off waves of enemies. Really not that bad. I mean, Nintendo Land seems like a fucking Citizen Kane experience compared to 1-2 Switch when I look back on it. I ended up booting that game up like probably a dozen times or more compared to like something like 1-2 Switch would be. That's probably quite a bit. But the Prime series, someone wants to know my thoughts on the Prime. Well, Apple does. I know you. I love the Prime series. It was great. I think Prime 3 was a great game when it first came out. Using the motion controls, I was like, wow, first-person shooters with a Wii U controller, or a Wii controller, or a Wiimote. It can work! And it was pretty well done. I mean, it got better later on, and then I got bored of motion controls, but it was cool to go to different planets. I thought Prime 3 was probably my second favorite Prime game. Because I love the idea of fighting bounty hunters. I love the idea of taking your ship and going to other planets. The variety of the game's environments was cool. Some of the weapons were cool. Some people prefer Prime 2 over Prime 3. I think Prime 3 is probably almost as good as Prime 1 for me. Prime 2 was a great game, but I remember getting so discouraged that I ended up stopping it. I didn't play it for a couple of years, or at least a year. And then when my friend Paul came over, the same dude that was here for the beginning of my Breath of the Wild streams, when he used to come over, we would play it like kind of together and figure out the puzzles together, and that made it so much more fun. Because it was like, oh, we have to do this. This is how you do this. But yeah, 2 was pretty different. 2 had that ammo system and the light and dark stuff. Still a pretty quality game. I don't think Retro has made a bad game yet, to be honest. They are just quality all around. I'm gonna go this way. Yeah, this was in Metroid 1. This whole tunnel system. I remember as a kid starting Metroid 1 over and over and over again because I just didn't want to write down passwords. And because I would just get lost constantly. Just always end up here. It's weird because being a kid was like being high. You know, and for me, this was fun enough. Serious, just rolling through tunnels and doing stuff like this was entertaining enough that I didn't even care that I was getting lost. I mean, especially considering, you know, when I was I came out the same year that Nintendo came out. And I meant that in the way, like, I was born, guys, I swear. That's his, yeah. 1985, that's when I was released. I should have said when I was released. The chat would have been a lot less explosion-y. Yeah, I was released on the NES. Hey, to think that maybe my parents had the NES in the closet before I received it. Anyway, so what was I saying? Right. Being like 2 or 3 and playing Nintendo games was just a trip in and of itself. There didn't need to be an objective. Just looking at things moving on the screen was fucking nuts. Guys, the end is near. Mistakes were made. That's not happening. Okay, we're good. And, like, that's another reason why I've said on my streams a number of times that not having a lot of games, not having access to a fucking giant Steam library, not having, you know, emulators and all that stuff where you have access to an entire console's life, where even if you had no new games forever, if you emulated the entirety of just one video game console, you would have enough to keep you entertained for a very, very, very long time. We really, really take for granted how much stuff there is, how much things there is to play. It's really just this crazy oversaturation, and yet we just keep, you know, playing more and more and more. No wonder nobody gets anything done. But being really young and not having a lot of games, like even just having 5 or 6 NES games, was really just good enough for me. Because, well, I mean, they were replayable, they were trippy, man. And discovering secrets, especially in Metroid. I loved Metroid from Metroid 1 and 2. Like, before the series became, like, fucking legendary with Super Metroid, I still loved Metroid because it was a game that I could replay endlessly and always find something new. Always, like, walk through a wall. Like, I remember there was a sequence in Metroid 1 where you had to go through a wall. And it blew my fucking mind. Like, it actually... It was, like, one of the first times I realized that, like, you had to go and do something weird like that to progress in the story. So yeah, Metroid 1 was a great game to have when I didn't have a lot of other stuff, because there was just so much to find and do. And, it scared me. The original Metroid actually scared me. Especially those statues of Kraid and Ridley. That was, yeah, that was definitely fucking scary for someone at the age of 3 or 4. And the music, too. The music. Metroid 1 had some pretty scary music. I'm thinking about Kraid's Lair in particular. It was just so, like... It had such a potent, like, effect on a young mind. I don't really know how to explain it. You just had to be there, man. But everything, all kinds of media, movies, when you're a kid, it just has such a fucking tremendous effect on you. I mentioned the movie Baron Munchausen, The Adventures of Baron Munchausen. What a terrible name for a guy. But anyway, 1988 movie. I would have been 3 if I had seen it when it came out. I wish I saw that movie when I was a child. Vinny, why are you like this? I don't know, because, you know, when you're a streamer, you gotta just talk a lot. I just try to find interesting things to say. Or at least, just discuss things. And this game does give me nostalgia. Oh shit. Mother brain. This was probably the weakest song in the original game. But I still liked it. But yeah, being a small, malleable, like, Play-Doh brain at a very young age, media, like, I remember Pee-wee Herman, the Big Adventure movie, with Large Marge. God damn, that scared me. That was one of those moments that I realized that movies could have, like, a fucking lasting effect. That's why I had to fight, like, whatever nature, whatever weird, you know, when you're young, the instinct to be afraid is actually kind of a good thing, because, you know, when we were like a tribal society, I guess it would, you know, help you get away from the snakes or the fucking tigers or whatever. You know, that's why being afraid of the dark almost seems like a natural defense mechanism. Because when you were a part of the fucking tribe, you know, and you didn't have a lot of, like, light, or you didn't have fire, the dark contained tigers ready to snatch your fucking child ass away and eat you. So there's definitely a utility to being afraid. That doesn't help when your older cousin shows you The Exorcist while you're 3, though. So... there's definitely a sequence break here. I'm sure there is. But I seriously, I think my cousin showing me... like, he was, I say, you know, I talk about him a lot because he was like my brother, and he lived real close, so we used to hang out all the time. And it was good because he used to scare the shit out of me all the time, and I like that. He used to tell me the sun was going to burn out while we were walking to get a root beer. Well, I'll tell you what, root beer doesn't taste quite as good when you're thinking the sun is going to burn out and everyone's going to die. I remember having family over, and my uncles were like having a beer outside. You know, my grandfather, my uncles, my great uncles. Not that they were that great, but, you know, they were pretty great, but just older, you know. Unknown item. What could it be? What could it beep? Item incompatible with current suit. Have I ever seen Jacob's Ladder? Yes, love that movie. One of my favorites. Everything's one of my favorites, but that one in particular is one of my real favorites. And my cousin was telling me about the fucking sun burning out, and I remember it was a really bright day, and I was like, they're gonna die! Well, they did eventually, but they were old. That's this bad end. Oh, right, light entertainment. Oh, I can just blow those up. Just shoot them. Huh. And what does it have to do with Metroid? Well, I guess that's just what I was playing at the time, when the sun was burning out. So, the original Metroid will always have a spot in my heart. Unfortunately, this is not the original Metroid, this is... Japetroid. A much more palatable version of Metroid. And I love it. Kill the worm. I'll kill the worm. I will kill the worm. I know what the worm has. It just dawned on me. Kid Icarus was another great game that just was endlessly replayable because of how fucking hard it was. But I loved it, and I ended up eventually completing it. I was very proud of myself. Weren't Kid Icarus and Metroid using the same engine? Did I ever play Kid Icarus Uprising? Yes. Great game. I ended up streaming it and years ago, and I ended up completing it on my own. So I've played through that game a total of twice, and I loved it. Cramps my hands a little bit, though. You want to talk about a game I'd love to see at E3? Like a surprise? I would definitely... I would fucking go nuts for a new Kid Icarus game. Helmed by Sakurai. I loved all the weapons. I really did. I loved the way you could upgrade weapons in that game. I loved the way you could mix and match and break down weapons and get other ones. It was just endlessly replayable because the weapons were so fucking cool. You know what's weird? I just realized that you guys know a whole lot more about me than I know about you. This is weird. Let's talk about the weather instead. I feel like we're still on a introductory basis. Let's keep it nice and light. So how about that AIDS? Sucks. I kinda wanna go back and defeat the worm, but I kinda can't, huh? Because now how am I gonna get up here? Oh, come on! I want the worm! I need to kill the worm! It's like the tequila. Shit. Oh, that sucks. I really wanted to kill that goddamn worm. I need the ice beam to get back up there. It's amazing how much more I want to just end the noise rather than actually heal up. We will listen to this beep. 12 hours. It's gonna be a marathon. You're gonna love it. Everyone's gonna love it. and then you'll get all of your pudding. So, so a dude who works at Cracker Barrel, I think Cracker Barrel, sent me a cast iron skillet. He got me a discount, so I paid for it, but he was kind enough to send it. Thank you, dude, whoever you are. So anyway, I cooked tonight in it, and I just want to tell you guys, insane. It's a little weird adjusting to a skillet because you gotta lift it with a mitt, and it gets a little, you know, you gotta use some extra oil in that thing because otherwise it gets a little sticky. But, fucking hell, let me tell you what I made tonight, for anyone who cares, which is probably about 3 people. I understand that. I'm telling you this because I've run out of things to say, alright? I made, so steak, sirloin, this, this is an apron thing, so I'm not taking credit for this, but I'll tell you what, it was badass, okay? Sirloin steak, with, potatoes in the oven, like small fingerling potatoes, which look like mini, like, chodes, asparagus, whoa, I don't like that. Oh, I have this, I'm a fucking dope. So, and then the vegetables that I cooked in there were asparagus, radish, and then you put the potatoes in, then you put, you know, this is after you cook the steak, and then you put some lemon on the asparagus, like lemon juice on the asparagus and the radish. It was amazing. It was so good. And I like my steak medium rare, by the way, for anyone who's curious. Oh, so good. The cast iron, like, it really made a difference, too. I don't know what it was, but just the right, like, burn. I didn't understand it, but it just came out great. So, thank you, dude, who sent me this thing. I loved it. Lemon or anything else on the veggies. It's mainly just salt and pepper. You know, sea salt I use and a little bit of, like, black pepper. And, that's usually enough. This time it was a very simple recipe. It wasn't anything complex. Oh, and a little garlic, too. A little garlic, a little oil. But, there was also salsa verde with capers. That was, kind of an optional thing on the side. But I don't really like capers. I tried it. It was like, oil, capers, parsley, and, something else too. A little garlic. It didn't really do anything for me, so I didn't have that. I felt like the stuff was seasoned well enough on its own. I know, it's 2 in the morning just about, and I'm talking about food. I know that's like, the golden rule is not to do that, but I just wanted to, I wanted to discuss the merits of a cast iron skillet. Here's a hint. It was excellent. I never liked asparagus. Asparagus was more like disparagus for years. And then I started making it the right way, like either in the oven with breadcrumbs or with, you know, on like in a pan with like salt and pepper and then like lemon. Asparagus with salt, pepper, and lemon, that's really all you need, and it's incredible. I don't understand how it is. Also, radishes are fucking weird because they just take the flavor of whatever it is you're cooking, and they're fantastic in the right circumstances. I'm learning so much, and I'm eating so many things I wouldn't have eaten. I talked about the Pokemon Direct earlier for my Mario RPG stream, for whoever's curious. That's, you know, in a nutshell. Balsamic vinegar and olive oil is good. Yeah, I have this balsamic glaze that's really good on Brussels sprouts, and I've used it on a couple of other things too. Asparagus it's good on that. Anything balsamic. I gotta be in the mood for balsamic though, because it's a little strong. All right, so how do I cook Brussels sprouts? Just the oven, oil, salt and pepper, balsamic glaze, and you can put brown sugar in there too. I learned that from one of my friends actually, the brown sugar method. Haven't tried it yet, but I'm gonna give it a shot soon. Alright, we're gonna go kill the worm. Ketchup on spaghetti, huh? Oh boy. Now we're talking like real Italian cuisine. You know, Staten Island's pretty cool. We have a lot of Italian restaurants. We've got pizza places. We've got Italian restaurants. Some Chinese food places. Lots of Chinese food places. We got Italian restaurants. Some Italian restaurants. Italian restaurants. You can see why I get sick of Italian food. Are Brussels sprouts a vegetable or a sandwich? Here we go again. I'm going the wrong way. Really? Where is this fucking thing? Is he in the middle? People are saying top room, but... I also just discovered that rhubarb apparently can kill you if you eat the wrong parts of it. It's the middle or bottom room. Oh, thank you. Okay, gotcha. So this is the middle. There's no worm here. There's, no worm here. Okay, I'm on the right track then. I don't really even fucking remember. I was busy talking about Fruity Juice or The Exorcist or some shit when I was over here last, so... Final worm. Checkmate. So, I have the ice beam. You can't turn stuff off, can you? In this game? Once you have it, you're stuck with it, right? It's a shame. It's one of the things I loved about Super Metroid, being able to go back to earlier weapons and mix and match. I think by the time you get the wave beam, you can switch between, like, wave and ice, or am I just talking out of my ass? Am I thinking about Metroid Fusion instead? It stacks as well? Oh, fuck. I don't love the ice beam. I think the ice beam just makes the game, less awesome. Because you usually have to freeze an enemy first, and it's like... I don't know, I kinda like just Samus's beam as is. It's kinda cool. It's like a laser, it's like a pew. Maybe I'm weird. Never really cared for the ice beam. Oh, I'm done over here. Let me see something here. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I have to keep going. I have to go top right. Well, doesn't that just suck a fucking massive one? Vinny, will you be streaming Ultra Moon and Ultra Sun? That's a question I've been getting a lot. For people that are joining just recently that didn't hear my full thoughts on the Pokemon thing, if these thoughts have any relevance to your life whatsoever, for whatever reason, the answer is no. I'm not going to be streaming Ultra Moon. I'm not going to be streaming Ultra Sun. I am good. I've never really been that much of a Pokemon fanatic, where I kind of just pick up whatever comes out anyway. So even if these games are really, really good and high quality, I think it's time for me to just take a little break from Pokemon until the next major entry comes out. Or Pokemon Snap 2. Does anyone here still play Pokemon Go? Sometimes, a couple people still do. I know a couple people that still play it fairly religiously, which is, pretty, I don't know, mind-blowing, actually. It's just not much of a game, is it? You're just kind of walking around. The novelty of the game, well, I'm calling it a game, but the novelty of this thing, and it is a game, you know what, I'll say that, but the novelty of it was what got me. I was just stunned at the idea that you could, like, go around places in real life and catch Pikachus. It was a really, really unique, well, I mean, Ingress was first, but it was a really cool concept that I enjoyed, and I kind of wish it was more fleshed out. Hang on. Folks are saying I'm going the wrong way, but I see there's a shaft over here. What about the shaft? I have to go to Kraid, don't I? Bottom left. Alright, hang on. Let me see what's going on over here again. I think, there's a little progress that I can make over this way. Did you ever play Mario Run? No. I didn't. I basically played the whole game in my mind when it was announced, and I just said fuck it. I also lost interest in the Fire Emblem game. The one, the portable one. The cell phone one. Nope, no progress to be made here. Wow. I wonder if there's any speedrunners watching this, and they're like biting their nails and like pulling their hair out watching me play this game. But yeah, it's, mobile games don't really last very long. For me. Mario Run is probably... JRP says they run this game. But yeah, mobile games are just meant to be like, you know, downtime on a train. Or like public transportation. You spend a couple minutes playing a game, put it away. I never really had a deep experience with mobile game. And I know they exist, but that's not exactly why I want them. So I ended up passing on Mario Run, got bored of Pokemon Go, got bored of, that. There was some Punch Quest game or some shit like that I played a couple years ago on the phone. So there's a couple things here and there that I ended up playing, but... Okay, I know where I'm going now. I also tend to, if I know I'm gonna be having a bit of a trip, I bring my 3DS with me. And now I can bring my Switch, because I'll just bring my backpack. And I'll have, like, everything I need. I'll bring a book, you know, just in case I get bored of video games, I'll bring a book. And I'll bring my Switch, I'll bring, like, so when I go to the studio and I know it's gonna be a day where I can't do a whole lot, and it's just Joe doing his thing, I usually have with me a couple of books, Switch, and the 3DS now for Fire Emblem. Someone said should be otherwise. A video game should be for when I get bored with reading. Nah, man. Did you know you can make pictures move in video games? It's crazy. Oh, I can't freeze these guys, they just die. So, I guess we'll have to do this the old-fashioned way. I don't know the rhythm. I've been getting lucky, to be honest. Oh, it's just explosion. I think it's just explosion, so... Yeah, just plant one at the sound of the explosion is basically the bomb jump. Yeah. So I'm on a world record pace right now, and listen, I know if you want my autograph for speedrunning, you know, I get it. It's just I'm a busy guy. I'm busy zooming around at the speed of sound in my video games, you know, fastest in the West. Okay, just checking. I know in Super Metroid there's something over there. You know what's good about having a shit memory? Replaying games is pretty awesome. In a lot of ways, it feels like it's the very first time. I love that face. Kraid's theme is amazing, and this version of it's pretty fucking great. Do I ever stop by Eltingville? From time to time, but I don't usually have my backpack on while I'm in Eltingville, so... If you saw someone that looked similar to me in Eltingville, then the chances are it wasn't me. It's weird. How many fucking Staten Islanders are actually in the chat? Like, type 1 if you're from Staten Island. Of course, there's a flood of other numbers making it very difficult for me to actually gauge who's from Staten Island. I would say based on the ones that I saw, let's cut the number in half for Japes. Even if it's like 4 or 5 people, that's still pretty nuts. I actually had a really weird, like I got recognized on Staten Island maybe once every 6 months or so, maybe once every 4 months. It's always weird for me, but I had a really weird, like, time. I was going through a drive-thru. I was grabbing like a drink, an iced coffee, and some kids were sitting outside as I was driving away, and they were like, "Oh!" Like they saw me. Like 16, I guess, maybe. And I'm like, "Oh man!" So I rolled down my window. I'm like, "Hey, how's it going?" Because they're like shouting. Like, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm like, "Good." They're like, "So, how you know, like," I forget what they said. They said something, and I was like, "Wait a minute, what are you talking about?" I was like, "Wait, who do you think I am?" They said, "Oh, you're the kid who goes into his job, and he loves Star Wars, right?" And I was like, "Wait, what? What job?" And it was some fucking toy store that I'd never been in. I was like, "No, you got the wrong person." So I got recognized, and it wasn't even for fucking, for being who I was. It was just some random kid who thought I was a customer that went into his store and liked Star Wars. I was like, "I like Star Wars." It was like, I'm shouting out a window at, like, while people are behind me at a drive-thru. But it was a red light anyway, so I couldn't, you know, I figured, whatever. Whatever. So... yeah, that happened. That was a really strange moment, because again, I thought they wanted to say hello because they saw me, and they thought I was Vinny from Vinesauce, which is, you shuck clams open, so that's me, I'm Vinesauce. But it turns out, they actually did not know whom I was. But I did play along with it a little bit, and I told them to have a nice day. That was probably, in some ways, too, the most intrusive. Even though they didn't know who I was, like, most people are really, really chill. Like, you know, one time, when I went to go see Guardians of the Galaxy 2, someone came up to me and introduced themselves. I was like, wow, this is amazing, this is so cool. And he was really, really nice. He was very respectful, but these people were like screaming at me. So it was a bit of a shock to realize they did not know who I was, in fact. Gotta go for the soft, fleshy bit. It's the soft, fleshy tendril. There it is. Oh, shit. Someone in chat said people recognize me only as a waitress because I'm pretty sure there's only 100 fucking people where I live, so I'll get called out by every old dude for being their waitress. Is that annoying? Because I don't mind it. People are really chill for me. As long as people are like chill and, you know, that's why I never really want to get any more notoriety, if you know what I mean. There's a limit. I think even Bill Burr was talking about it. He's like, you know, it's just, you go any further, it's, you know, it's not fun anymore. Like, he was talking about how staying at a certain level is fine. But then it just starts to not be fun. I was like, yeah, I guess I could see that. No, I'm not getting called out by lewd old men, that's true. That is true. But, you know, listen, I got some stories. I don't tell them on stream, but I got some fucking weird moments. Even for like a Z-list nobody, I still have a couple of weird moments that I'm like, huh? Chat, you're not gonna get it out of me. I'm not gonna tell you the weird stories. Alright? You're just not gonna be able to do it. I'm sorry, listen, okay, so here's what happened. One day, I was walking, Picture the word creepy and the embodiment of that word. And I'm sure you can figure out the rest. No, even if, I'll say this. It's more, in a general sense, like, I've often said I'm not really a fan of people following me at conventions. Like, just wherever I go. That's the one thing. Like, I don't mind giving you a pickle. I don't mind a handshake, an autograph. I'm always down to meet people and I genuinely like meeting people, especially because I've had a lot of people say that they envy the Vinesauce fans. Like, there have been a number of people at these conventions I go to, they're like, man, your fans are awesome. But there's always one or two. And that's just life, and that's okay. You know, I'm still not, like, put off. So that's that, pretty much. But yeah, obsessives are a thing as well, and that's not really a whole lot of fun. So, that's as much as I'll say. I feel like I missed something up here. I activated stuff. Oh, okay, right. So that applies to everywhere in Kraid's lair then. Okay, that's good. That's good. Again, if you're wondering what this was like in Metroid 1, seriously, very different. There is not any of this shit, mostly. Like, it's just the same room layout, and enemies are the same, more or less, but, that machine thing? Nope. That's a thing that happens. Sometimes lava isn't really lava. Does this take me to Papa Kraid? I don't think I can do this section yet. I know I can't do this section yet. I can? Really? Wonder Woman? I haven't seen Wonder Woman yet. Though, I've heard good things. A couple of my friends liked it, and Red Letter Media liked it, more or less. Don't really... Superhero movies aren't like my, you know, like, go-to. Like, oh man, I need to go to a superhero movie. They're fun. Some of them are great. DC has not had a great track record. I'm not really crazy about them, for their movies. Oh, I see what I have to do here. But, yeah, if it's a good movie, it's a good movie. That's really all I care about. I want to see it. And hopefully get a good DC comic book hero movie. That would be fine. That would be just fine. That would be dandy. Someone in chat just said, I'm done. I'm waiting for Spider-Man, then I'm done with superhero movies. I don't know, new Spooderman looked pretty alright. I'm just still reeling from the fact that this is the, what, second reboot? I liked, the Captain America Spooderman, so I think this one could be good. Aunt May? Oh, you mean Marissa Tomei? It's funny, as soon as I bring up new Spooderman, Aunt May is brought up very often. Immediately. What about Dark Knight? Well, that's different. The Dark Knight trilogy was kind of amazing, wasn't it? I mean, think about all the memes that came out of the Dark Knight trilogy. But I mean, that was directed by Christopher Nolan. That dude is... you know, it's Christopher Nolan. He's not fucking Zack Snyder. I had the biggest crush on Marissa Tomei when I was a kid. She was in, My Cousin Vinny, right? That was, yeah, I think that she was, that was the movie she was in that I discovered her. Because everyone told me to fucking go watch My Cousin Vinny. Because my name is Vinny. Oh! Oh! My Cousin Vinny! And all of my cousins would introduce me as such. Like it was the most original concept. It was such a fucking It was really all the time. All the time. Every day. It was a good movie, though. We talked about A Bronx Tale, too. That was another movie I grew up with that, I loved. I haven't seen it in a while. Maybe one day I gotta check that out again. But I also mentioned how that movie was like a religion for a lot of people on Staten Island. And everyone would, like, say the quote as if it was the deepest thing ever. Oh, the saddest thing in the world is wasted talent, you know? Deep. I wonder if this game has the same... Oh no, it doesn't. I remember now. Say, in Super Metroid there was like a bomb effect where you charge a shot, release bombs, and then you get like a cluster of bombs. Honey clusters of fuck. What movie makes you laugh the hardest? Oh my god. I don't know, I haven't really thought about that in a while. The Shining. No, I don't know. What's my favorite comedy? The Room makes me laugh. Oh shit, Kraid, Papa Kraid. Okay, so in the original Metroid, Kraid was like the size of Samus, due to limitations. So, you know, this is a slight retcon. I kind of really like this version of Kraid, though. It's kind of... that animation, the fucking mouth animation is kind of amazing. But yeah, not very difficult. Definitely not very difficult. You'd have to do hard mode if you want to really experience... Oh, whoops. Here, check this out. This is, thank you, Smelly Feet. This is right here is what Kraid looked like in Metroid 1. So, Bab. Very small. That was kind of parodied in Super Metroid as well. Kraid was supposed to be in Metroid Prime, that's correct. Well, it wasn't much of a parody, it was just like, in Super Metroid you get to Kraid's lair, and you fight a baby Kraid. And I guess the parody for me, or at least what I'm calling a parody, is the idea that, like, that was the size of old Kraid in Metroid 1, and then you fight Kraid and he's massive. So... but yeah, Kraid was in Zero Mission, which was kind of unfortunate. It was a cool boss. I remember fighting Kraid. It was totally optional, but It was pretty cool. It's just, shame it was that game. Oops. I wanted to see if there was anything else in the chamber of Kraid. Nope. Kraid wasn't in Other M? Wait, who was in Other M? Was it Fantoon? You said Zero Mission when you were supposed to say Other M. Oh. Oh god, shows you how much I fucking remember. Yeah, my mistake. That was Fantoon then. That was not Kraid. Dear god. Here I was going for years thinking Kraid was in Other M. And then I said Zero Mission, don't mind me, it's 2:30, it's getting... I'm at the point now where the words are starting to slur as usual, so... Plot twist, this game is Other M. Give it a minute. Yep, the baby is on the way. The toddler. The toddler! Technically, because Vinny made 2 mistakes in that sentence, he wasn't wrong. It's like a double negative, right? I did say that Kraid was in Other M. Kraid was in Zero Mission. That was my mistake. So that was a truism. Yes. Why do you think garlic freaks out vampires? Why don't they like the scent of garlic? What's wrong with them? Garlic is awesome. I tell you this because there's a little garlic left over. I can smell it. It's like a little bit, you know, a little crushed. And it's like wafting over to me every now and then. I'm like, oh man, that smells so good. It's not like a full clove or a full bulb of garlic, rather. Like the mistake I made a couple months ago. Nothing like that. Just a little tiny bit. There's a little garlic in all of us? Thank you, Ultimate Chunk. That's a very good answer. But I wonder what the origin of that myth is. Like, what is it about garlic that turns vampires off? Like, is there a reasonable explanation for this? Is there some piece of lore that I've been unaware of? Sensitive noses for blood? Oh, that's interesting. I wouldn't be surprised if the person who said that just made that up, but that actually kind of makes sense. Apparently the sunlight thing for vampires is a more recent myth as a result of vampires being depicted like bats, nocturnal. Interesting. Garlic naturally repels mosquitoes. Oh. One of these facts is fake. Can you spot the fake? I have no idea. I'm sure some of this info is actually correct. Garlic has antibacterial properties, and in the old days it symbolized purity. Wow. Learning a lot. feel like we've learned so much about garlic and so little about ourselves when all we had to do was take the time for self-discovery. I am the toddler. I am the toddler. But why does this room suck so much, though? Oh. We get it! We get it! Just bomb the fucking thing! Ah! Okay. What? Oh. I think this is the wrong approach. I have to actually go up the tube. Let's go up the tube. Tube, by the way, is master pronunciation of tube. Just saying. Tube. A tube of toothpaste. So, Peppa. Just thought of something really stupid. Why am I gonna tell you guys this? Alright. This is delirious Vinny telling you stories from his childhood. One of my, my best friends growing up. I saw some fucking stupid movie. And maybe someone knows which movie it was, but... there was a line of dialogue where the dude was like, at this current juncture, I will pursue no further whatever. And I believe he said, at this current juncture a bunch. Or at this juncture. So I started saying that to annoy my friend, just to see how long it would take for him to, like, get annoyed by it. And... I remember one day he's like, if you say that one more time, I'm gonna smack you. So it worked. It's not really even a story, is it? But I'm trying to think of what fucking movie that actually was from. At this juncture. Right. Suddenly I've forgotten how to bomb jump. Well done. Did he smack me in the end? Not that day. I guess there's really what the fuck is this room? As japery. I thought maybe there was something hidden in there, but I guess not. Oh, well, it wasn't on the map, so no hidden things. I think I'm supposed to. Oh. That's the exit. This fucking place is so confusing. Did I ever play Metroid Prime Hunters on the DS? Surprisingly good game. And the reason people didn't fucking hate it... well, I mean, there's a lot to like about that game. There is some stupidity with it, but it was mostly pretty good. But it came out around the time that the Metroid series was in full effect. So, unfortunately, something like Federation Force came out after a long drought. And it's like, wait a minute. You kind of can't do that. That's why so many people were upset. One of the reasons. There's plenty. Did I ever finish Federation Force? Unfortunately not. As much as I thought that game was surprisingly decent, and really decent co-op game. I thought it was a lot of fun when you had a good team and everyone was working together. The real issue is I just got bored of it. It just didn't hold my attention for very long. Shit. I don't know how I'm gonna get over there. I guess I have to go up and around. Down, up, and... well... Wait, how the fuck do I get over there? I have to get there from the bottom. Up, left, down, and around. Oh. I wonder if there's anything good in those two rooms. You know what? Fuck it, let's just do it. Let's just be thorough. I wanna get that stuff and then see what happens, Morty. Maybe there's some good stuff in there. Maybe not. Maybe go fuck yourself. That's a good line from the Departed. There's also, someone asked what makes you laugh the hardest. So there, I have another answer. There's another answer to this. It's not a movie, though. But the show An Idiot Abroad. It's a Carl show. Carl Pilkington. Mr. Pilkington. That show can make me laugh really hard, still. Go up this way. Go buck fucking wild with the missiles. Have I watched The Meaning of Life? The Moaning of Life. Yes, yes, yes. Carl's other show without Ricky. Yeah. That's pretty good. It's not as good as Idiot Abroad, but it's pretty damn good. Do I really have to go down here to get the map? Yes, I do. Beans and sausage and bread. Well, yeah, in The Moaning of Life, he's able to just, you know, do whatever the fuck he wants. He still puts himself in some uncomfortable situations, but it's not anything like Idiot Abroad, where they just put him in the worst places, the worst hotels, the worst situations. But I mean, maybe it's time to not laugh at Carl's misfortune. Maybe it's time to just be happy for him that he's found success and happiness with his sausage, beans, and toast, and a bag of munchies. But I wouldn't mind seeing him do more shows. I wouldn't mind just hearing him do a podcast, to be honest. Just whatever, just talk. I mean, he did a podcast in the early days with Ricky, but... I mean, just him talking about nonsense, just talking complete shite. Like, Bill Burr's Monday morning podcast kind of deal, you know? Oh man, I still can't get over there. I have to go up. I guess there's a hidden room. Did Carl do random vlogs with his girlfriend? I don't know, Fred. Actually, I don't even know what Suzanne looks like. I have no idea what his girlfriend looks like, because he talks about her all the time in the podcast and the show. But I've never seen a picture of her. Most people on the internet, I think, haven't either. So I remember seeing like a post about it. It's like, so no one really knows what she looks like. It's a good choice. Yeah, I mean, that's smart. A second. I think I tried this, right? Yeah. Well, shit. Yeah, now we're just going in circles, trying to get those two missing rooms. Maybe down this way. Just damage boosting. Don't mind me. Have I seen Norm Macdonald's Netflix special? Yes. Yep. Do I know any genuinely racist people? Why did I even read that question out loud? The answer is yes. I live in New York, dude. I live in... like, there's a lot of older people. Of course. That shit's not dead. Also, I should have probably went the other way. Here, let me reset and load. Yeah, I didn't want to go through there. That was a mistake. Well, you know what I should say? New York is I should say more Staten Island. Staten Island can be, yeah, definitely. Carl gets confused a lot on a similar topic. Carl, he did a thing. Okay, so check this out. On the radio show, the first thing that Carl ever did with Ricky and Steve, he, it was like in 2003, 2004, around then. So it started 2002, and I think it went to 2005. But on that show, they did a bunch of segments. They did all kinds of features. But one of the features that Carl ended up inventing was one called Cheeky Freak of the Week. And it was just... well, it was about, you know, like circus freaks. Like, I hate to use that for want of a better term. Carl, being of a very naive variety, thought that that would be okay for radio, and he did a bunch of episodes where he talked about people with deformities and stuff, and he was genuinely fascinated, and every time he did this segment, he would say that he was not trying to hurt people, that he just wanted to make people think and appreciate what they had. And I don't think he meant to hurt people. I really do think Carl was just that kind of naive to that stuff, where he just wanted to talk about these things and these people, these, you know, and kind of just discuss it. But it always ended up turning into a shit show because, of course, Ricky and Steve were there, and Carl would say something stupid, and they ended up getting complaints, and they had to stop the segment. And they only did it like 3 or 4 times or something, but yeah. But that was Carl's favorite movie is Elephant Man. He is fascinated by people that have it tough in life, and I really don't think Carl is someone who knows what he says. Most of the time he just says stupid shit, and it ends up like causing a fucking uproar. So there's that can happen. He's a you know, he's a kind dude. He just doesn't He just doesn't think before he speaks, you know what I mean? Vinny, go down there. Hang on a second. Go down where? Where should I go? This is Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Correct, yes. Green item room on the right side. Oh, you mean... Wait a minute. You're talking... Okay, so wait, if it's a circle, I didn't get it then. Oh. We're not going this way. Next time I stream this game, it's not gonna be like 3 AM. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be much more energized. I'm gonna have a lot more energy. I'm gonna be able to say things. It's gonna be better. It's just today I can hardly even fucking think. Maybe I should, I'm wondering if I should load the save file. Oh. Oh man. Oh, this is bad. My brain, guys, here I am talking shit about Carl. You see what's happening to me? Fuck. This is bad. My brain isn't working tonight. I need emergency ice cream. Alright, try again. I'm gonna get some sleep in a minute, but I'm gonna just... If I need to, I can just go into the lava. Bleb. This is Bleb. See, if I don't get this now, next time I'm gonna probably fuck it up. I'm gonna go into the lava, see if I can survive it. Ewing. Oh boy, it's one of those nights, isn't it? Yep, it is definitely one of those nights. I feel like I was good up until about a half hour ago. Maybe, you know what? No, even, I would say less. Oh, right, here we go. Yes. There you go. You could just go into the lava. No wonder. You smart. It was just a missile tank. Let's hit up the save point, and then we'll call it a night, and we'll resume Metroid. Oh, I had a giveaway. I don't think I'm gonna do that tonight, though, now. I have 2 physical items from ThinkGeek that they're gonna send to someone. Well, not someone, but 2 people. You know, 1 item per person. All I need to do is raffle them off, so I'll do that tomorrow or the day after. Sorry, guys. It's just, it's time for me to stop and put down the controller and maybe give up streaming, you know, forever. Just do everyone a favor, you know? But alright, let's do the art, at least, before we do that. What are they? It's, a Breath of the Wild, 2 Breath of the Wild themed things, 2 Zelda things. A sketchbook and a backpack. One of them is a $60 backpack. Can you guess which one? It's the backpack. So, not cheap shit. Seems like it'll be, something that some people would enjoy.